really good. The defense started really picking it up. It looked like the old Vikings. But that first couple games, I mean, they were giving up a lot of points. Gave up a lot of points to Green Bay. Gave up a lot of points to the Rams. It was definitely something that Viking fans and I think Mike Zimmer were not accustomed to. So I expect them to come back and have a big year. Kirk Cousins, what else can we really say? It's his year 2 now after a disappointing year. I think he's learned a lot. I think you also have to give him some, you got to cut him a little slack. I think a lot of people and a lot of irrational fans sit and say, okay, I don't like Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins only won 8 games. The thing with Kirk Cousins is he needs to elevate this team. And he was not the reason why the Vikings didn't make the playoffs, but he wasn't the reason why they ended up, he wasn't the reason why they made the playoffs, obviously. So this year, it's about elevating this team. And not even just statistically wise, leading wise. Kirk Cousins obviously says he's a vocal leader, and we see him on TV, and he seems like he's engaged, and he's all about, they scheduled us on primetime for us, not the Bears kind of thing. He needs to show that on the field. You can say it, right? We all talk about what we say. Well, actions speak louder than words, and I think that should be Kirk Cousins' mantra going into this year. But I just want to just say this really quick. People don't understand, learning a new system and learning it at an NFL level is very difficult. Kirk Cousins came in last year and now is going to be working with his second offensive coordinator in less than a year. He had John DeFilippo, obviously didn't work out, and now he's working with Kevin Stefanski. So I think it's very slept on that Viking fans forget, well, listen, this is going to be Kirk Cousins' second year now, acclimated with the team, a little more comfortable with Zimmer, going to be able to work now full-time with Kevin Stefanski, going to have a quarterback coach in obviously Gary Kubiak, who's a proven winner. He's won Super Bowls as assistant and coordinators. He obviously won a Super Bowl as a head coach with Denver in 2018 and was the coordinator when they won with Elway in 98 and 99. But I think he's going to help Kirk Cousins tremendously. And just remember that this is the NFL. This is a hard thing to be good at in the league. That's why there's only a handful of quarterbacks. And I know he's got the contract, and I'm not giving him a pass. And if he has the same year as he has after, this year and his second year, I'll be all over him. I promise you that. But I think it's a little premature here to hop off the Kirk Cousins bandwagon. Let him progress and let him see how he does here in year 2 because I think it's going to be a special one. Over 9 is a lock. Okay? Lock. All right, last thing before we wrap up here. Strom Stud of the Week. We know what this is. I pick a Minnesota athlete, coach, whatever it may be, figure, and give them a shout out. This one goes to Amir Coffey. Okay? Amir Coffey right now is proving he belongs in the NBA. And I know it's a summer league, but he has found a home with the LA Clippers. I really believe that they're going to sign him, and I think he's going to have a spot on this roster. I'm not telling you he's going to play a lot. I'm just telling you he's going to have a spot on this roster. So far, he is averaging 14 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Okay? Amir Coffey looks like he belongs on an NBA court. I watched him a few nights ago, and I texted his dad after it, and I said, man, I know a lot of people ripped this decision to go to the NBA, but I'll tell you one thing. I've never been more prouder to be a U of M fan, and it is 100% true. Amir Coffey, if he's able to make his jump shot consistently, he is going to be an NBA player for a long time. He is athletic enough, he is strong enough, but was his jump shot consistent enough? And that was the biggest thing coming into this year. You saw that a ton of times in college this year. When he was able to make his jump shot, he's able to do a bunch of other things. He's be able to get to the basket a little more because your defender is scared of your jump shot. So you're going to get a guy that's going to run out instead of keeping you honest. Like a lot of guys like Russell Westbrook, pretty much fall into. You're going to play the drive. You're not going to play the jumper. So when Coffey's able to make his 3, his pump fake's a lot more effective. He's able to go by his defender. So a shout out to Amir Coffey. Look, the Gophers still haven't had a player selected in the draft since 2004, Chris Humphries. But this makes you feel like okay, he belongs. The University of Minnesota is producing NBA-type players, even if they don't get drafted. And once again, I just think that's Minnesota fans should be religiously cheering for Amir Coffey, right? Because if he succeeds, then Richard Pitino has a selling point. Hey, Amir Coffey stayed in state, came to the University of Minnesota. Look at him now. He's in the NBA. Okay, he's on the Clippers. He did well against Summer League. We developed him. Our player development is superb, right? You look at guys like Coach Calipari. What's the first thing they say on? I'm going to get you in the NBA. And guys, there's certain dudes that want to win national championships. Nothing wrong with that. And there's certain dudes that want to get to the next level as soon as they can and make millions. Nothing wrong with that either. But Amir Coffey, the more he succeeds, the better it looks for the University of Minnesota. And for Richard Pitino's recruiting tactics, that is much easier to sell than a guy that goes overseas. Nothing wrong with going over the seas, but it is much easier to tell a kid, hey, Amir Coffey is on the LA Clippers right now, undrafted. We developed him. He was there for 3 years. Good show. Big thanks to John Krasinski for joining me today. Brandon Morton, Jim Suhan, big appreciation to you guys. And Matt Augusta as my video editor. He was not here today. He is in Rhode Island, so he didn't do the love it or leave it with me. But he just produced my Arthur Sikowski, Rutgers quarterback, little feature I did on him. You can check that out on Twitter at SSTROM32. It's on YouTube. Went up to Rutgers, got a feel for his offseason. So more to come here as we expand out of Minnesota, and I'm starting to make my way around here, Jersey and New York, and getting some more prominent interviews. Everyone have a great Sunday, and I will talk to you guys next week.